2 weeks before my wedding, my phone buzzed during lunch break. I was eating a turkey sandwich at my desk, reviewing spreadsheets for a client presentation. The kind of Tuesday that feels like every other Tuesday. Coffee going cold. Fluorescent lights humming overhead. My coworker Brad talking too loud about his fantasy football picks. Then I saw the text. "Honey, I'm pregnant. Thinking of putting my ex's name on the birth certificate. It's more meaningful that way. Hope you understand. Love you." Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. I read it 3 times. The sandwich turned to cardboard in my mouth. My fiancée Emma had sent this. Emma, who I'd proposed to on a beach in Cape Cod 8 months ago. Emma, whose dress was hanging in our closet right now, wrapped in plastic and dreams. I set down my phone carefully, like it might explode. Brad was still talking. Something about a tight end's injury status. The words washed over me like static. I picked up the phone again, read it a 4th time, a 5th. The exclamation points were what got me. That cheerful punctuation, like she was announcing a surprise party, not a paternity fraud. I typed back, "Congratulations, that's wonderful news." My hands weren't shaking. That surprised me. Everything felt very far away, like I was watching myself from across the room. I stood up, grabbed my jacket, and walked out of the office. Brad called after me, asking if I was okay. I didn't answer. Outside, the August heat hit me like a wall. I sat in my car for 20 minutes, air conditioning blasting, staring at that text. The more I looked at it, the more details emerged. She'd used honey at the start. She'd said, "Hope you understand," like this was a reasonable request. She'd signed it with, "Love you," like nothing was wrong. My brain started clicking through recent memories like shuffling cards. 3 weeks ago, she'd gone to that yoga retreat upstate. 5 days. No cell service, she'd said. She'd come back glowing, relaxed, talking about inner peace and chakras. 2 months ago, she'd mentioned Tyler, her ex, the one she dated in college. Said she'd run into him at a coffee shop downtown. Funny coincidence. Small world. Last month, she'd started going to bed early. Said work was exhausting her. I'd assumed she meant her job at the marketing firm. I pulled out my laptop from my messenger bag and opened it on my steering wheel. My job as a data analyst meant I was good at finding patterns, connecting dots, building narratives from numbers. Time to put those skills to use. I logged into our shared phone account, pulled the call logs. There it was, dozens of calls to a number I didn't recognize. They'd started 3 months ago. Short calls at first, 5 minutes, 10, then longer ones, 30 minutes, an hour. The most recent call was yesterday, lasted 43 minutes. I ran the number through a reverse lookup site. Tyler Brooks, age 31, lives in Millbrook, about 40 minutes from here. I sat back in my seat. The air conditioning was freezing now, but I felt nothing. My phone buzzed again. Emma calling. I let it ring, watched her name flash on the screen until it went to voicemail. She called again. I declined it. A text appeared. "Daniel? Why aren't you answering? Did you get my message?" I typed, "Got it. Processing. Talk tonight." "Okay, honey, I'm so excited to discuss this with you." More exclamation points, like she was announcing a vacation package, not destroying everything. I started the car and drove. Not home, not back to the office, just drove. My mind was moving fast now, calculating. We had a wedding in 2 weeks, 200 guests, venue deposit already paid, honeymoon tickets to Greece already booked, joint checking account already opened, her name already added to my lease. She'd sent that text like it was nothing, like I'd just agree. Pat her hand and say, "Sure, honey, put another man's name on the birth certificate for our fake family." The audacity was almost impressive. I pulled into a parking lot outside a drugstore and made my first call. Riverside Event Center. "Hi, This is Daniel Peterson. I have a wedding booked for August 20th. Yes, Mr. Peterson, just 2 weeks away. How can I help? I need to cancel. Silence on the other end. Then, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. May I ask if you'd like to reschedule instead? No. Full cancellation. I see. Well, unfortunately, our cancellation policy states that with less than 30 days' notice, you'll forfeit your deposit. That's $3,000. That's fine. Are you sure? Perhaps if circumstances change, I'm sure. Cancel it. More silence, typing sounds. Then, okay, Mr. Peterson, your wedding is canceled. You should receive a confirmation email within the hour. I'm very sorry things didn't work out. Me too, I said, and hung up. Next call, the florist. Canceled. Lost $400. Next, the photographer. Canceled. Lost the deposit there too. Next, the caterer. They were more sympathetic. Said they could refund half if I canceled today. I took it. I was bleeding money with every call, but I didn't care. It felt good, like lancing a wound. My phone kept buzzing with Emma's calls. I ignored them all. By the time I finished, I'd canceled everything. The whole wedding. Gone. Like it never existed. The only thing left was the apartment. We'd just signed a new lease together last month. Upgraded to a 2-bedroom in a better neighborhood. Move-in date was next week, right after the wedding. I called the landlord. Mr. Peterson, hello. Getting excited about the move? Actually, I need to withdraw from the lease. Oh, well, you signed a binding contract, both you and your fiancée. If you want to break it, you'd lose your security deposit and first month's rent. That's $4,000. What if only one of us withdraws? Then the other person would need to qualify for the apartment on their own income. We'd need to rerun the credit and income verification. And if they don't qualify? Then the lease would be void and you'd both lose the deposits. I smiled for the first time in 2 hours. Let me get back to you. I pulled up Emma's salary information. She made $41,000 a year at her marketing job. The apartment required proof of income at 3 times the rent. Rent was $1,800 a month. She'd need to make $64,000 minimum. She wouldn't qualify. I called the landlord back. I'm withdrawing. Please re-verify Emma's income for independent approval. Will do. I'll contact her directly. Perfect. I hung up and checked the time. 4:30. Emma got off work at 5. She'd be home by 5:30, expecting to find me there, ready to discuss her pregnancy news. I wasn't going home. Instead, I drove to a coffee shop and ordered a black coffee I didn't drink, sat by the window, opened my laptop. Time to learn everything about Tyler Brooks. Tyler Brooks had the kind of social media presence that told a story. His profile picture showed him on a motorcycle, leather jacket, sunglasses. Very James Dean. His cover photo was a concert crowd, hands raised, lights flashing. He worked as a bartender at a place called the Copper Room downtown. Before that, various service jobs. Barista, server, night manager at a bowling alley. No college degree listed. High school in the same town where Emma grew up. They dated from sophomore through senior year of college. According to Emma's old posts I found buried in her timeline. Lots of photos, beach trips, house parties, music festivals. She looked happy in all of them. That annoying kind of young love happy. Then nothing. They'd broken up her senior year. No drama online, just suddenly no more photos together. She'd told me once that Tyler was the one that got away. Said it wistfully over wine one night, 6 months into our relationship. Then laughed and said she was glad things worked out the way they did. I should have paid more attention to that wistful tone. Tyler's most recent post was from 3 days ago, a photo at some bar with friends. The caption, "Living the Dream." His relationship status said, "in a relationship," but didn't tag anyone. I dug deeper, found a photo from 2 months ago showing him with a woman, blonde, pretty, laughing at something off camera. The comments underneath were friends teasing him. Finally settling down? About time, man. Her name was Ashley Martinez. She worked as a dental hygienist. Seemed nice from her photos. Lots of hiking pictures, dog photos, normal stuff. I wondered if she knew her boyfriend was expecting a baby with his ex. Probably not. My phone buzzed. Another text from Emma. "Daniel, where are you? I'm home and you're not here, getting worried." I typed, "Working late, big presentation tomorrow, don't wait up." But I wanted to talk about the baby stuff and wedding final details. "Tomorrow," I sent back, then muted her conversation. I spent the next hour building a timeline, matching Emma's yoga retreat dates with Tyler's social media activity. He'd posted nothing during those 5 days. Radio silence. The calls between them had intensified right after that trip. The math was simple. She'd gotten pregnant then, about 3 weeks ago, which meant she was maybe 5 or 6 weeks along now if she'd already taken a test. I should have felt angry, betrayed, devastated. Instead, I felt cold, analytical, like I was solving a case study. Maybe the emotion would come later. Right now, I needed to think. Emma wanted to put Tyler's name on the birth certificate. That meant she planned to keep the baby, probably expected me to raise it as my own. Play stepfather to her ex-boyfriend's kid while she maintained some fantasy about Tyler being the real father. The psychology was fascinating in a horrible way. She wanted me for stability. I made $78,000 a year, had good benefits, owned my car outright. But she wanted Tyler for romance, excitement, whatever chemistry they had. She thought she could have both. I finished my coffee and checked the time. 7:15. Tyler would be at work now. The copper room opened at 4 and ran until 2 in the morning. I had an idea forming. Not revenge exactly, more like correction. Setting the record straight. I pulled up Google Maps and looked at Tyler's address again. The duplex in Millbrook. I zoomed in on the street view. Quiet neighborhood, big trees, looked peaceful. That peace was about to get disrupted. But not tonight. Tonight I needed more information. I opened a new browser tab and started searching for everything I could find about paternity laws in our state. What rights did fathers have? What obligations? Could Emma actually put Tyler's name on the birth certificate without his consent? The answer was complicated. If they weren't married, she'd need his signature. If he refused, she could file for a paternity test through the courts. But that took time. Months, probably. Which meant Emma's plan had holes in it. Big ones. She couldn't just unilaterally declare Tyler the father. He'd have to agree. And from what I could tell from his social media presence, Tyler Brooks wasn't exactly father material. I kept digging. Found articles about child support calculations. In our state, it was based on income percentage. Tyler made maybe $30,000 a year as a bartender. That would put his monthly child support obligation around $400. Not much. Barely enough for diapers and formula. Emma made $41,000. If she was a single mother, she'd qualify for some assistance programs, but not many. She'd be struggling. Living paycheck to paycheck. The apartment she couldn't qualify for? She'd end up in something smaller, cheaper, probably not in a great neighborhood, all because she wanted excitement over stability. I closed my laptop and sat back in my chair. The coffee shop was nearly empty now. Just me and a college student typing furiously on a paper, headphones in. My phone buzzed again. I looked at it. Emma. "Daniel, I'm really worried. Please call me." Emma. "Are you mad about something? Did I do something wrong?" Emma. "Please, just talk to me." I almost laughed. Did she do something wrong? The understatement of the century. I typed back, "I'm fine. Just busy. Talk tomorrow. Promise." "Okay. I love you." I stared at those 3 words. I love you. Did she? Could you love someone and do what she did? Maybe she thought she did. Maybe in her mind, love was this elastic thing that could stretch to include multiple people, multiple realities. But that wasn't love. That was selfishness, with a romantic label. I left the coffee shop and drove to a cheap hotel near the highway. Checked in under my name. The room was generic. Beige walls, floral bedspread, painting of a lighthouse. I lay on the bed and stared at the ceiling. Tomorrow I'd confront Tyler. Tomorrow the real reckoning would begin. But tonight I just needed to breathe. I pulled out my phone and started going through old photos. Emma and me at the beach where I proposed. Emma and me at her company holiday party. Emma and me hiking last fall. In every photo, she looked happy. I looked happy. When had it changed? When had she decided I wasn't enough? Or had I never been enough to begin with? I deleted the photos, one by one, methodically. Each deletion felt like shedding weight. By the time I finished, my camera roll was almost empty. Just work screenshots and random pictures of food. My life erased. I set an alarm for 6 a.m. and closed my eyes. Sleep came eventually, restless and full of dreams I couldn't remember when I woke. I woke up at 6 in the morning, groggy and disoriented. The hotel room looked even more depressing in daylight. I showered, changed into the spare clothes I kept in my gym bag, and grabbed coffee from the lobby. It tasted like hot water with a rumor of caffeine, but it was something. I called in sick to work, told my boss I had food poisoning. He didn't ask questions. We'd worked together 3 years. I'd never called in sick before. He knew something was wrong, but was professional enough not to pry. Then I got in my car and started driving toward Millbrook. The morning traffic was light. I made good time. Pulled onto Tyler's street at 7:45. His motorcycle was in the driveway. Lights were on inside the duplex. He was home. I parked across the street and waited. What was I doing here? What was the plan? I didn't have one. Not really. I just needed to see him, talk to him, make him understand that this situation involved more than just him and Emma. At 8:15, the front door opened. Tyler came out, wearing a leather jacket and carrying a helmet. He walked to his motorcycle. I got out of my car. "Tyler Brooks?" I called out. He turned, squinting at me in the morning sun. "Yeah? Who's asking?" I walked across the street. "Daniel Peterson. I'm engaged to Emma Sinclair." I watched recognition dawn on his face. His expression shifted from confusion to something like panic. "Oh," he said. What are you doing here?" "Came to congratulate you." He frowned. "Congratulate me?" "On becoming a father. Emma told me yesterday. Said she's pregnant and wants your name on the birth certificate. Figured I should shake your hand, welcome you to fatherhood." The color drained from his face. "She said what?" "That she's pregnant with your baby. From that yoga retreat 3 weeks ago, I'm guessing. The one where she had no cell service." I smiled without warmth. "Small world, huh? You both happening to be upstate at the same time." He set down his helmet on the motorcycle seat. "Look, man, I don't know what she told you, but she sent me a text. Very clear, very specific." I pulled out my phone and showed him. He read it, his expression turning from panic to horror. "I didn't know she was going to, we didn't talk about, this is insane." "Yeah, it's something." I pocketed my phone. "So here's the thing, Tyler. My wedding's in 2 weeks. Was in 2 weeks. I canceled it yesterday. All of it. Venue, caterer, flowers, photographer, the whole production." "Okay. You see where this is going?" "Not really, no. Emma wants to marry me for stability while having your baby. She wants the white picket fence and the joint checking account and the health insurance. But she wants you for the excitement, the romance, the whatever the hell you two have going on." Tyler ran a hand through his hair. His eyes darted to the door of the duplex, like he was worried someone inside might hear. "I didn't ask for this." "Neither did I. But here we are." "What do you want from me?" "Nothing. Just thought you should know. Emma's planning to tell me tonight that she wants to work things out. Keep the wedding on. Raise your baby as ours. I figured you deserved a heads up before your kid ends up with my last name." He stared at me. "You're messing with me." "Am I?" I pulled up the call logs on my phone. 43 minutes yesterday, 37 minutes last Tuesday, 29 minutes the day before that. You two have been real chatty lately. His jaw tightened. "She said you guys were having problems. That you were probably going to split up anyway." Did she? It wasn't a question. Yeah. She said the engagement was a mistake. That she realized she still had feelings for me. That you were nice, but not right for her. Nice, but not right. I filed that away. And yet she sent me that text saying she loved me. I don't know what to tell you, man. This is between you and her. Actually, it's between all three of us now. 4 if you count your girlfriend. He went very still. What? Ashley Martinez, dental hygienist, pretty girl, lots of hiking photos, dog person. Does she know about Emma? You need to leave. His voice had an edge now. I'm going. Just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page. I turned to go, then stopped. Oh, one more thing. Emma's going to need financial support. Child support, probably. Hope bartending pays well. Because based on state guidelines, you're looking at about $400 a month. Every month. For 18 years. I let that sink in. That's over $86,000 total. Just so you know what this little romance is going to cost you. Tyler's face had gone completely white now. You're lying. Look it up. It's public information. 20% of your gross income for one child in this state. You make around $30,000 a year, right? Do the math. I'm not paying for anything. She can't make me. Actually, she can. Through the courts. They'll garnish your wages if you don't pay voluntarily. It's not optional once paternity is established. His hands clenched into fists. For a second, I thought he might take a swing at me. Part of me hoped he would. Give me a reason. But he just stood there, breathing hard. You should probably talk to Ashley, I said, before she hears it from someone else. I walked back to my car. Behind me, I heard Tyler cursing, then the sound of his front door slamming open. Tyler, what's going on? Who was that? A woman's voice. Ashley, probably. I got in my car and drove away without looking back. In my rearview mirror, I saw Tyler standing in his driveway, phone pressed to his ear. Calling Emma, probably. Good. Let them sort it out. I drove to a diner 2 towns over and ordered breakfast. Eggs, bacon, toast, hash browns. The works. Ate slowly while my phone exploded with notifications. Emma calling, Tyler calling, Emma texting, Tyler texting. I ignored them all and finished my food. The waitress was an older woman with tired eyes and a kind smile. She refilled my coffee 3 times without being asked. Rough day? She asked on the 3rd refill. Rough week. Those happen. Just remember, this too shall pass. Thanks. And eat. You look like you haven't had a decent meal in days. She was right. I'd been living on coffee and adrenaline. I finished the eggs and toast, left her a good tip. She'd been the first person in 24 hours to show me simple kindness without wanting something. By the time I paid the check and got back to my car, I had 23 missed calls and 47 texts. I read through them systematically. Emma. Daniel, what did you do? Emma. Tyler just called me freaking out saying you showed up at his house? Emma. Why would you do that? We need to talk now. Emma. You told him about child support? What is wrong with you? Emma. This is so messed up, Daniel, so messed up. Emma. You're trying to scare him away from me. Emma. Daniel, answer your phone. Tyler. You're crazy, man. Leave me alone. Tyler. I never agreed to any of this. Tyler. Ashley is freaking out. This is your fault. Tyler. I'm calling the cops if you contact me again. Emma. Tyler is freaking out and won't talk to me, and this is all your fault. Emma. Why are you doing this to us? Emma. You're being vindictive and cruel. Emma. I thought you loved me. I smiled and started typing a response, then deleted it, then typed again, deleted again. Finally settled on, the truth isn't vindictive. It's just the truth. Sent it to Emma. 3 dots appeared immediately. Disappeared. Appeared again. Emma. The truth? You ambushed Tyler at his house. You threatened him with child support. You're trying to ruin everything. Me. I gave him information he deserved to have, just like I deserved to know about your pregnancy 3 weeks ago instead of finding out yesterday. Emma. I was going to tell you. I just needed time to figure out how. Me. You had 3 weeks. You chose to tell me by text that you wanted to put his name on the birth certificate. That's not needing time. That's making a choice. Emma. Please, can we just talk? Face to face? I can explain everything. Me. Harrison Park? 1 hour? Emma. Yes. Okay, I'll be there. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you so much. I didn't respond, just started driving, not to the park yet. I had 45 minutes. I drove aimlessly through suburban streets, past strip malls and elementary schools and parks where families played. Normal people living normal lives. I used to be one of them. 2 days ago I was planning a wedding, excited about a honeymoon, thinking about kids of my own someday. Now I was driving to a park to officially end my engagement to a woman carrying another man's baby. Life comes at you fast. I pulled into the Harrison Park parking lot 10 minutes early. Sat in my car with the engine running. My phone buzzed. Ashley Martinez had sent me a friend request on social media. I accepted it. A message came through immediately. Is this Daniel? Tyler's ex-girlfriend's fiancé? Yeah, I typed back. That's me. We need to talk. Tyler just told me everything. I'm at work right now, but I get off at 5. Can you meet? Sure, where? She sent me the address of a coffee shop near her dental office. See you at 5:30. See you then. I put my phone away and looked up. Emma's car had just pulled into the parking lot. Here we go. Emma got out of her car and practically ran to mine. She was wearing yoga pants and an oversized sweater, hair pulled back in a messy ponytail, no makeup, eyes red and swollen. She'd been crying. A lot. She knocked on my passenger window. I unlocked the door. She got in. Daniel. Let's walk, I said. I need air. We got out and walked toward the pond, found a bench, sat down with space between us. I'm so sorry, she started immediately. I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen. What did you mean to happen? I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Tyler and I reconnected and it just felt like old times and I got caught up in it and I made a terrible mistake. Multiple mistakes. Over 3 months. I know. But it doesn't mean I don't love you. I do love you. So much. You love me so much you got pregnant by your ex and wanted to put his name on the birth certificate? She flinched. That text, I didn't mean it the way it sounded. I was panicking. The test was positive and I freaked out and I just... She stopped, wiping her eyes. I thought if I was honest from the start, we could figure something out. Figure something out, I repeated. Like me raising another man's kid while you maintain whatever relationship you have with Tyler? No! God, no. I didn't think it through. I realize how it looked, how it sounded. But that's not what I want. What do you want? She took a shaky breath. I want to marry you. I want us to work through this. Yes, I made a horrible mistake with Tyler. Yes, I'm pregnant with his baby, but that doesn't erase what we have. What we built together. What did we build, Emma? Apparently not honesty, not trust, not fidelity. Please. She grabbed my hand. I let her, but didn't squeeze back. I'll do anything. I'll stop talking to Tyler completely. I'll get therapy. We can postpone the wedding if you need time. Whatever you need. Just don't give up on us. I looked at her. Really looked. The desperation in her eyes was real. The panic. She genuinely thought this was salvageable. The wedding's already canceled, I said quietly. What? I canceled everything yesterday. The venue, the caterer, the photographer, the florist, all of it. Lost thousands in deposits. Her mouth opened. Closed. But you can't. We can rebook, find another venue. It's just logistics, money. I also withdrew from our apartment lease. What? No. Daniel, no, you can't just... The landlord's going to contact you about requalifying on your own income. You won't. You don't make enough. The lease will be void by the end of the month. She stood up, pacing in front of the bench. This is insane. You're being insane. You can't just make these decisions without talking to me first. Like you talked to me before sleeping with Tyler, before getting pregnant, before deciding to put his name on the birth certificate? That's different. How? Because She stopped, started again. Because I made a mistake. You're making a choice, a deliberate choice to punish me. No, I'm making a choice to protect myself. There's a difference. Protect yourself? From what? From me? I'm not a threat, Daniel. I'm the woman you love. The woman you proposed to. Were. Past tense. You were the woman I loved. Before you lied to me for 3 months. Before you betrayed every promise we made. She sat back down, closer now, grabbed both my hands. Please don't do this. Please, I'm begging you. Give me one more chance, just one. I looked down at our joined hands. Hers were shaking. Mine were steady. Did you love him? I asked. Tyler, did you love him when you were with him? She hesitated. I thought I did. Back in college. But that was different. We were kids. And 3 weeks ago, when you were with him at the yoga retreat? I don't know. I was confused. It felt like nostalgia, like remembering who I used to be. And me? What did I feel like? Safe, stable, right, but not exciting. That's not what I meant. That's exactly what you meant. I pulled my hands away. I was the safe choice, the responsible one, the one with the good job and the retirement plan. Tyler was the exciting one, the one that made you feel young again. You're twisting everything. Am I? Because from where I'm sitting, you wanted it both ways. Marry me for security. Keep Tyler around for excitement. Have your cake and eat it too. That's not fair. Fair? You want to talk about fair? My voice was rising now. People on the nearby path were glancing over. You were planning to marry me in 2 weeks while carrying another man's baby. You were going to stand up there in your white dress and promise to love me faithfully while lying through your teeth. And you want to talk to me about fair? I wasn't thinking clearly. You were thinking perfectly clearly. You had 3 months to come clean. 3 months to tell me. Instead, you let me pay deposits and book honeymoons and tell my family how excited I was to marry you. You let me live in a fantasy while you were building something else entirely. She was crying hard now. Daniel, please, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll fix this. I swear I'll fix this. You can't fix this. It's broken. We're broken. No. Yes. It's over, Emma. It's not over. I won't let it be over. Her voice was loud enough now that several people had stopped to watch. We're engaged. We have a life together. You can't just throw that away. You already threw it away. I'm just acknowledging it. This is because of Tyler. You're jealous. I'm not jealous. I'm done. You're abandoning me while I'm pregnant. You're pregnant with another man's baby. That man should be here, not me. Tyler doesn't want the baby. He told me this morning he's not ready, that I'm on my own. Then I guess you're on your own. She grabbed my jacket, desperate now. How can you be so cruel? I'm carrying a child. Your fiancée is pregnant and you're just walking away? His child, not mine. You made that very clear in your text. His name on the birth certificate because it's more meaningful, remember? She crumpled, sliding off the bench onto the ground. Full breakdown now, sobbing so hard she could barely breathe. An older couple hurried over. Miss, are you okay? The woman asked, kneeling beside Emma. Emma shook her head, unable to speak. The woman looked up at me, her face hard with judgment. What did you do to her? I'm leaving her, I said. She's pregnant with someone else's baby. The woman's expression shifted. Confusion now instead of anger. He's lying, Emma managed to gasp out. He's just trying to make himself look better. I pulled out my phone, showed the woman Emma's text. The woman read it, looked at Emma, back at me. Oh, she said quietly, I see. Her husband helped Emma to her feet. Come on, miss, let's get you calmed down. They walked her toward their car. She kept looking back at me, mascara streaming down her face. I stayed on the bench. My phone buzzed. A text from my sister Kate. Where are you? Mom called. She heard about the wedding being canceled. Everyone's worried. I typed back. At the park, ending things with Emma. I'll call you soon. Do you need me to come get you? No, I'm okay. Call me when you're done. I will. I sat there for another 10 minutes, watched the ducks paddle around, listened to kids playing on the playground nearby. Eventually, Emma came back. The older couple must have dropped her at her car. She stood a few feet away from the bench. I hate you, she said quietly. Okay. I hate you for giving up, for not fighting for us. There's no us anymore. There could be, if you weren't so stubborn, so unforgiving. Emma, no, I'm done begging. You want to walk away? Fine, walk away. But don't pretend you're the hero here. Don't pretend you're some innocent victim. You're choosing to abandon me. That's on you. And you chose to cheat on me. That's on you. She stared at me for a long moment. Then she turned and walked to her car. Drove away without looking back. I sat on the bench until my phone timer went off. 4:30, time to meet Ashley. I got in my car and started driving. The confrontation with Emma had left me feeling hollow, empty, like I'd used up all my emotion and had nothing left. But there was still more to do. I drove to the coffee shop and parked outside. Ashley was already there when I walked in. Ashley was sitting in a corner booth, nursing a latte. She waved when she saw me. I ordered a black coffee and joined her. Thanks for meeting me, she said. Thanks for reaching out. Up close, she looked tired. Makeup couldn't quite hide the dark circles under her eyes. But she was put together, professional, in control. So, she said, Tyler told me everything this morning, after you left. How'd that go? About as well as you'd expect. First he lied, said you were crazy, that Emma was crazy, that he didn't know what anyone was talking about. But I'm not stupid. I went through his phone while he was in the shower. She pulled out her phone and showed me. Screenshots of texts between Tyler and Emma. I scrolled through them. My stomach turned with each message. Emma complaining about me being boring in bed. Tyler complaining about Ashley being too clingy. Both of them planning their weekend together. One message from Emma, dated 3 weeks before the yoga retreat. I'll tell Daniel after the wedding. We'll already be married, so it'll be harder for him to back out. Then we can figure things out. Another message from Tyler. I love you. Always have. Always will. Emma's response. Love you too. Can't wait to be together for real. More messages about logistics, hotel rooms, cover stories, making sure their phones were off during the retreat so no one could track them. It was all there, every detail, every lie, every betrayal. Can you send these to me? I asked quietly. Already did. Check your email. I pulled up my email on my phone. There it was. A message from an anonymous address with a zip file attached. Thank you, I said. Don't thank me yet. Ashley leaned forward. I'm not doing this out of kindness. I'm doing this because they both deserve to face consequences. What kind of consequences? The social kind. The reputation kind. The kind where everyone knows exactly who they are and what they did. Public exposure. Exactly. Her eyes were hard now. I kicked Tyler out this morning, gave him until this weekend to get his stuff and go. But I want more than that. I want him to understand that actions have consequences. What about Emma? What about her? She's pregnant, alone. Tyler doesn't want anything to do with the baby. Not my problem, she made her choices. Ashley took a sip of her coffee. Look, I get that she's in a tough spot, but she put herself there. She chose to cheat on you, to get pregnant, to blow up both our lives. I'm not going to feel sorry for her. I understood the sentiment, but something in my chest still hurt when I thought about Emma on her knees in the park, crying. So what's the plan? I asked. We tell the truth, all of it, to everyone who matters. She pulled out a notebook. I made a list: mutual friends, family members, Tyler's employer, Emma's employer. Her employer? She works in marketing, right? For that firm downtown? They have a code of conduct, professional standards. If word gets out that she was having an affair and got pregnant while engaged, it could affect her position. That seems extreme. Ashley fixed me with a look. Is it? She was planning to trick you into raising another man's baby. She was going to stand up at your wedding and lie to everyone there. She destroyed your life without a second thought. And you're worried about being too extreme? She had a point. Okay, I said. Let's do it. We spent the next 2 hours planning. Ashley had screenshots of everything: text messages, call logs, photos from Tyler's phone of him and Emma together. The evidence was damning. We drafted messages to send to friend groups, carefully worded, factual, not emotional. We should send them separately, Ashley said. Same time, but from our own accounts. That way they can't say we're colluding. Smart. I work in healthcare. I know how to document things properly. We scheduled the messages for 6 p.m. tomorrow. That would give us time to contact Tyler's boss and Emma's HR department first. One question, I said. What if this backfires? What if people think we're being vindictive? Let them think that. We have proof. They have lies. Proof beats lies every time. I hoped she was right. There's one more thing we should do, Ashley said, pulling up something on her phone. Tyler's family. They should know, and Emma's parents definitely should know. I already talked to Emma's parents last night, I said. It was a lie, but a useful one. They're on my side. Good. What about your family? My sister knows. My parents know. They're supportive. Then we're covered. Ashley finished her latte. Tomorrow we make our moves. Are you ready for this? As ready as I'll ever be. We exchanged numbers and made plans to touch base tomorrow morning. As I stood to leave, Ashley grabbed my arm. Hey, she said. How are you really doing? Not the tough guy act. Really? I don't know. Numb, mostly. Angry underneath. Empty on top. Yeah, same. She let go of my arm. For what it's worth, Emma's an idiot. You seem like a decent guy. Thanks. Tyler's an idiot too. You deserve way better. We both do. I left the coffee shop and sat in my car for a while. The sun was setting, the sky was turning orange and pink. Beautiful evening, wrong circumstances. My phone rang. Kate. Hey, I answered. Hey yourself, you okay? I think so. Did you talk to Emma? Yeah. It went badly. She completely broke down. That's her problem, not yours. I know, it just feels wrong. Like I should be doing something to help. Daniel, she cheated on you for 3 months. Got pregnant with another man's baby. Planned to trick you into raising it. She doesn't deserve your help. I know that logically, but emotionally, you're a good person who's been conditioned to fix things. But you can't fix this. And you shouldn't try. I let out a long breath. You're right. Come over for dinner. Mike's grilling. The kids want to see you. I don't know if I'm up for it. Tough. You're coming. 7 o'clock. Don't be late. She hung up before I could argue. I smiled, despite everything. Kate always knew what I needed better than I did. I drove to her house and spent the evening with family. Ate too much, played with my niece and nephew, laughed at Mike's terrible dad jokes. For a few hours, I felt almost normal. Later that night, lying in Kate's guest room, I got a text from an unknown number. This is Tyler. We need to talk. Tomorrow. Just you and me. I stared at the message for a long time. Then I typed back. Okay, where? The parking lot behind the old bowling alley on 5th Street, noon. I'll be there. I put my phone away and stared at the ceiling. What did Tyler want? To threaten me? To beg me to keep quiet? Only one way to find out. I texted Ashley. Tyler wants to meet tomorrow at noon, old bowling alley parking lot on 5th. Can you be nearby with your phone ready? Just in case? Her response came immediately. Already planning on it. I'll park where I can see everything. Stay safe. Thanks. I set my alarm for 7 a.m. and tried to sleep. It didn't come easy. I arrived at the bowling alley parking lot at 11:45. Early, but I wanted to scope out the location. Old habit from my years doing competitive debate in college. Never walk into an environment unprepared. The lot was empty except for a few abandoned shopping carts and some broken glass scattered across the pavement. The bowling alley had closed 2 years ago. Windows were boarded up, weeds growing through cracks in the asphalt. Perfect place for a private conversation, or a confrontation. I texted Ashley, "I'm here. Where are you?" Parked on the street around the corner. I can see the entrance. Phone recording already started. Thanks. Tyler's motorcycle pulled in at exactly noon. He parked at the far end, away from the street. Got off and walked toward my car. I got out to meet him. He looked worse than yesterday. Unshaven, hair messy, dark circles under bloodshot eyes. His leather jacket looked slept in. "Thanks for coming," he said. His voice was rough. "What do you want, Tyler?" "To talk. Clear the air. Figure this out." "The air's pretty clear already. You had an affair with my fiancée. She got pregnant. Everyone knows now. What else is there to figure out?" "I want you to back off. Stop telling people. Stop contacting my boss, my friends, Ashley. Just stop." "Or what?" He took a step closer. I could smell stale beer on his breath. "Or things get complicated for you." I laughed. Actually laughed. "Are you threatening me?" "I'm telling you to mind your own business." Emma's pregnancy was my business, or it was until I found out it's yours. "It's not my kid. I'm not signing anything. I told Emma that this morning. I want nothing to do with it. Doesn't matter if you sign or not. DNA doesn't lie. She can take you to court, get a paternity test ordered. Once that comes back positive, you're on the hook for child support whether you like it or not. The state doesn't care about your feelings." His face darkened. "This is your fault. All of it. You showed up at my house, got in my head, turned Ashley against me, ruined my life. I told Ashley the truth, which is more than you did. I told you the consequences of your actions. That's information you deserve to have. You ruined my relationship. No, you ruined your relationship when you started sleeping with Emma behind Ashley's back. I just made sure Ashley knew about it before she wasted any more time on you." He shoved me. Not hard, but enough to make me stumble back a step. "You think you're so smart," he said, his voice rising. "So righteous. Mr. Perfect with your spreadsheets and your good job. But you're just a bitter guy who couldn't keep his woman happy." That stung more than the shove. "Maybe," I said, keeping my voice level. "But at least I'm not a deadbeat father running away from his responsibilities." He shoved me again, harder this time. "I'm not a father. I don't want that kid. I never wanted any of this." "Too bad. Biology doesn't care what you want. Actions have consequences." He pulled back his fist. I saw it coming but didn't move. Didn't put up my hands. Just stood there. The punch caught me on the jaw. Pain exploded through my face. Stars burst behind my eyes. I tasted copper. I didn't fight back. Just stood there, taking it. "Feel better?" I asked, my voice thick. He hit me again, this time in the ribs. The air left my lungs in a rush. I doubled over, gasping, pain radiating through my chest. "Tyler, stop!" A voice from across the parking lot. We both turned. Ashley was running toward us, phone held up high. "I'm recording this," she said loudly, still filming. "So unless you want an assault charge on top of everything else, I'd suggest you stop right now." Tyler backed away from me, breathing hard. "What are you doing here?" "Daniel texted me this morning. Said you wanted to meet. I figured I should be here in case you tried something stupid." She looked at me. "You okay?" "Yeah," I managed, straightening up slowly. The pain in my ribs was intense, but probably nothing broken. My jaw throbbed. "You're recording?" Tyler said. "Are you freaking serious?" "Completely. I've got clear video of you shoving him twice and punching him twice. Great audio, too. Your threats about making things complicated. She held up her phone. Want to do anything else stupid while I'm filming? Tyler looked between us. Realization dawned on his face. You two planned this. You set me up. We protected Daniel, Ashley corrected. There's a difference. You're the one who chose violence. This is entrapment or something. It's not. Daniel agreed to meet you. I happened to be nearby. You chose to assault him. That's on you. I'm leaving. Tyler started toward his motorcycle. One more thing, I called after him, my voice still rough. Emma's parents are encouraging her to file for child support. She's going to do it. Probably in the next week or two. You'll be served with papers. I'd get a lawyer if I were you. A good one. He stopped, turned back. His face had gone pale. How do you know that? Because I talked to them. They're decent people. They think you should take responsibility for your child. They're going to make sure Emma follows through. That was partially true. I'd sent Emma's parents all the screenshots last night. They'd called me an hour ago. The conversation had been painful but necessary. They were devastated, angry, and yes, they'd said Tyler needed to step up. Tyler's shoulders slumped. He looked defeated, broken. This is all your fault, he said quietly. All of it. No. It's yours and Emma's. You made choices. You slept together. You created a baby. Now you both live with the consequences. I'm just making sure everyone knows the truth. He got on his motorcycle. The engine roared to life. He sat there for a moment, revving it, like he was trying to decide whether to leave or do something else stupid. Then he drove away, tires screeching. Ashley came over and looked at my face. That's going to bruise badly. You should go to urgent care. I'm fine. You're not fine, but you're stubborn as hell. She smiled slightly. Come on, let's at least get some ice. We walked to her car. She drove us to a convenience store 2 blocks away, bought a bag of frozen peas and a bottle of ibuprofen. I held the peas against my jaw while she drove us back to the bowling alley lot where my car was parked. Why did you let him hit you? She asked as we sat in her car. Because now we have him on video assaulting me. That's evidence, proof of his instability, his violence. When Emma takes him to court for child support, this video could be useful, shows he's volatile, potentially dangerous. You think like a chess player. I think like someone who's tired of being a victim. I'm done being reactive. From now on, I'm 3 steps ahead. She nodded slowly. I sent all the emails this morning. To Tyler's former boss at the copper room. Turns out Frank fired him yesterday after I called. To Emma's HR department. To all our mutual friend groups. All of them? Every single one. By now everyone knows. I sent the screenshots, the call logs, everything. No ambiguity, just facts. My phone started buzzing constantly. I pulled it out. Notifications flooding in faster than I could read them. Texts, calls, social media messages. Everyone wanting to know if it was true, offering support, asking for details. No turning back now, I said. Good. I don't want to turn back. They destroyed our lives. Now everyone knows who they really are. We sat in her car for a while, not talking, just existing in the aftermath of what we'd set in motion. Finally, Ashley said, What are you going to do now, like, with your life? Move forward. I found an apartment yesterday. 1 bedroom, decent neighborhood, affordable. I'm signing the lease this weekend. Keep working. Try to figure out who I am without all this drama. That sounds lonely. Maybe, but at least it's honest. At least it's mine. She looked at me. We should stay in touch. Check on each other regularly. Make sure we're both actually getting through this okay. I'd like that. You're the only person who really understands what this feels like. Exactly. She paused. Can I ask you something personal? Sure. Do you still love her? Emma? I thought about it. Really thought. I love who I thought she was. But that person never existed. She was a fantasy I built in my head. So no, I guess I don't love her. I love an illusion. That's honest. What about you? Do you still love Tyler? No. I feel stupid for ever loving him. Angry that I wasted 8 months. But I don't miss him. Mostly I'm just furious that he lied to me for so long. That's valid. She checked her watch. I need to get back to work, but let's plan to meet up this weekend. Get coffee or dinner, debrief everything. That sounds good. She dropped me back at my car. Before I got out, she handed me the video file from her phone on a flash drive. Keep this safe. Make copies. If Tyler tries anything else, or if Emma's lawyer tries to paint him as the victim, we have proof. Thank you, Ashley, for everything. We're in this together now, whether we like it or not. I drove to Kate's house. She took one look at my face and exploded. What happened? Did Tyler do this? Yeah. Did you call the cops? Not yet, but Ashley got it on video. Good. We're filing a police report right now. Get in my car. Kate, no arguments. You're filing a report. We're creating a paper trail. Come on. She drove me to the police station. I filed the report. The officer was sympathetic but realistic. We can bring him in for questioning, he said, reviewing the video Ashley had sent me. With this evidence, we can definitely charge him with assault. Simple assault, probably. He'll likely get probation, maybe a fine, anger management classes. That's fine. I just want it documented. Smart thinking. If he contacts you again or tries anything else, you'll have this on record. We left the station. Kate drove me to urgent care despite my protests. They x-rayed my ribs. Nothing broken, just badly bruised. My jaw was swollen but not fractured. The doctor prescribed pain medication and told me to rest. Kate took me back to her house and made me lie on the couch with ice packs while she made phone calls. To my parents, to my boss, to the landlord of my new apartment, taking care of logistics while I recovered. You're handling this better than most people would, she said later, bringing me soup. Everyone keeps saying that. Because it's true. Most guys would have lost their minds by now. Maybe I have and just don't realize it yet. No, you're processing. You're dealing with it. You're not falling apart. She sat down next to me. I'm proud of you. For what? Getting punched? Getting cheated on? For not becoming like them? For taking the high road? For exposing the truth without becoming vindictive? Ashley and I sent those messages to everyone. That feels pretty vindictive. That's not vindictive. That's accountability. There's a difference. Maybe she was right. The next few days were a blur of phone calls, messages, and sympathy. Emma tried calling me constantly, 200 times over 3 days. I kept her number blocked. She showed up at Kate's house once more. This time Kate called the cops. They talked to Emma, warned her about harassment. She left crying but didn't come back. Friends kept reaching out. The real ones offered support without judgment. The fake ones disappeared, not wanting to be involved in drama. I learned quickly who actually cared. Brad from work stopped by daily with coffee and lunch. Didn't ask invasive questions. Just showed up with food and solidarity. My college roommate drove up for the weekend. We went to a bar and I told him everything in detail. You're handling this way better than I would, he said over beers. Everyone says that. Because it's true. Most guys would have done something crazy by now. Tyler punching me was crazy enough. True. But you didn't fight back. You documented it, used it as evidence. That's smart. Or cold. Smart and cold aren't mutually exclusive. Sometimes you need both to survive. Ashley and I met for coffee that Saturday. We compared notes on the fallout. Tyler had moved back with his parents in a town 3 hours away, deleted all his social media, gone completely dark. His mom called me yesterday, Ashley said. Apologized for Tyler's behavior. Said she was ashamed of him. Asked if there was anything she could do. What did you tell her? That it wasn't her responsibility to fix her son's mistakes, but I appreciated the call. That was gracious. I'm trying to be the bigger person, even though I want to burn his whole life down sometimes. I get that feeling. Emma had posted on social media again, a vague message about going through difficult times and learning who your real friends are. The comments were mixed. Some supportive, some calling her out, some asking direct questions she didn't answer. "She's trying to control the narrative," Ashley said. "Make herself look like the victim. Let her try, we have the receipts." True. 2 weeks after everything exploded, I moved into my new apartment. Kate and Mike helped. Brad came too. Ashley showed up with pizza and beer. We got everything moved in one afternoon. The apartment was smaller than what Emma and I had planned together, but it was mine. Just mine. No shared lease, no shared memories. Clean slate. That night, after everyone left, I sat on my new couch in my empty living room and felt something shift. The rage was fading. The pain was still there, but duller. What remained was mostly exhaustion. And underneath that, something new. Relief. I was free. Actually free. No more lies, no more pretending, no more trying to save a relationship that was already destroyed. Just me and empty space and possibility. My phone buzzed. A text from Emma's mom, Linda. "Daniel, I wanted you to know that Emma had the baby this morning. A boy. She named him Nathan. Tyler wasn't there, hasn't contacted her at all. She's staying with us for now. I don't expect you to care or respond. I just thought you should know. Take care of yourself. You deserved so much better." I stared at the message for a long time. A baby, Nathan. Out in the world now. A real person with a whole life ahead of him. A life that had nothing to do with me. I typed back, "Thank you for letting me know. I hope Emma and Nathan are healthy. I hope she finds the support she needs. Take care." Linda responded immediately. "You're a good man, Daniel. I'm sorry my daughter didn't see that until it was too late." I put my phone away and sat in the silence of my new apartment. Somewhere across town, Emma was holding her newborn son. Tyler was hiding at his parents' house. Ashley was rebuilding her life in her own new place, and I was here, starting over. Different, empty, but free. 3 months later, I ran into Emma at a grocery store. Complete coincidence. She was in the produce section with a baby carrier strapped to her chest, looking exhausted in sweatpants and an oversized hoodie. Baby Nathan was sleeping against her chest. Tiny. Perfect. Innocent. Our eyes met across the vegetables. For a second, neither of us moved. She looked like she might cry, or run, or try to talk to me. I nodded once. Simple acknowledgement. Nothing more. Then I turned and walked to a different aisle, found what I needed, checked out, left. In my car, I realized my hands weren't shaking. My chest wasn't tight. My heart wasn't racing. I felt nothing. The wound had scarred over completely. I drove home to my quiet apartment, made dinner, watched a movie, went to bed at a reasonable hour. Normal, different, mine. Ashley and I still met for coffee every few weeks, compared notes on moving forward. She'd started dating someone new, an orthodontist from a different practice. Seemed decent from what she told me. "What about you?" she asked one Saturday. "Any interest in dating again?" "Not yet. Maybe someday. But not yet." "That's fair. Take your time. Whatever happened with Tyler? Have you heard anything?" "He's still in Arizona, working construction. His mom told me he's paying child support now. Court ordered. Emma took him to court and won. $350 a month. Good for her. Yeah, he's not happy about it, apparently. But that's not my problem anymore." "No, it's not." We finished our coffee, made plans to meet again in a few weeks. Life moved forward, slowly, steadily, without drama. I got promoted at work 6 months after everything fell apart. More responsibility, better pay. Brad was happy for me, took me out for celebratory drinks. "You've really bounced back," he said. "Have I?" "Yeah, man, you seem good, stable, like yourself again. Maybe a different version of myself." Different isn't bad. Sometimes it's better. A year after the canceled wedding, I got an email from Emma, the first contact in months. "Daniel, I know you probably don't want to hear from me, but I wanted to say thank you. Not for staying. I know that wasn't possible. But for handling everything the way you did, for not making it worse, for being decent even when I didn't deserve it. Nathan's doing well. He's walking now, talking a little. He looks like Tyler, but he has my smile. I'm doing okay too. Working part-time, living with my parents still, but saving for my own place. Tyler sends the child support, but nothing else. No calls, no visits. It's hard, but we're managing. I hope you're doing well. I hope you found happiness. You deserved so much better than what I gave you. I see that now. I'm sorry it took me so long. Take care of yourself. Emma. I read it 3 times, then I closed it without responding. Some things don't need an answer. That night, I deleted her email, blocked her address, closed that chapter completely. I stood on my apartment balcony and looked out at the city lights, breathed in the cool evening air, felt the weight of the past year settle and then lift. I'd survived. More than that, I'd moved forward, different, scarred, but whole. And that was enough.